The best things in life are free. If you want proof, we don't have it here. What we do have are costs and necessities, and sadly, they are not free. Here are the 15 biggest costs in life. Number 1. Living expenses. Right off the top, Aluxers, being alive is costly. There's no doubt about it. If we look at our monthly expenses, we all have a similar list of expenditures, like housing. The Department of Labor says the average household spends $1,674 on housing a month. However, this figure can fluctuate greatly. Transport, according to Quicken.com, is roughly $813, including the cost of vehicle and gas. Food. Here, an average of $660 is spent monthly. Utility bills. These can fluctuate depending on where you live, but anything from $344 a month to $731 a month, which is what Hawaiians pay according to Move.org. Mobile phone. Again, this also varies depending on your usage and location. Health insurance. According to thebalance.com, the average cost per month is $495, with an average annual deductible of $5,940. Often, there's not enough left to put away for retirement, fun activities, repaying student loans, or your car insurance. But if you thought living was expensive, dying will also cost you an arm and a leg. Number 2. Funerals, between $7,000 and $12,000. Funerals are expensive, and it's a tricky one to balance because obviously you want the best for the person, but the reality is they won't even know about it. Even still, you want a lovely tombstone, a beautiful casket, and a floral arrangement that will brighten the mood even just a little. It's never fun to think about dying, but getting life insurance will alleviate the financial stress for the family you leave behind when you pass away. And Aluxers, we cover many other sensitive topics with decorum. Be sure to subscribe to see for yourself. Number 3. College education, between $17,000 and $52,000 plus. TopUniversity.com broke down the cost of U.S. universities for 2018 to 19, and along with College Board, estimated the following annual budgets for undergraduate students: $17,930 for community college, $25,890 for in-state students at a 4-year public college, $41,950 for out-of-state students at a 4-year public college, and $52,500 for private, non-profit 4-year colleges. That doesn't include additional costs like room and board, textbooks, and other study supplies. To find out some more about why things like textbooks are so expensive, be sure to watch our video, 15 products that are cheaply made but sold at ridiculous prices. Number 4. Insurance, $50,000 plus. Essential and expensive. Those are the 2 words used to describe insurance. There are all sorts of insurance policies that you need to consider. Life, car, household, health, disability, dental, we could go on. You can reduce the monthly premiums by comparing prices and shopping around, but at the end of the day, it's still an expense that eats away at your monthly earnings. Number 5. Taxes. Tax is a sliding scale in most countries and an area of contentment in many too, particularly from the uber-wealthy who find, shall we say, innovative ways to work around the system. Pew Research Center conducted a poll that found that 79% of the respondents found that some wealthy people don't pay their fair share. In the USA, the amount of tax paid for those earning over $1 million is 27.4%, while those earning less than $10,000 received a rebate in the form of a refundable tax credit. Taxes don't have to be complicated, and we suggest this fantastic listen on Audible.com, Taxes for Small Businesses 2020, the beginner-friendly practical guide to understanding taxes for your startup, sole proprietorship, and LLC, even if you've never submitted a tax return before. If it's your first time, claim your free listen at Alux.com/freebook. Number 6. Clothing, $161 a month. According to CreditDonkey.com, spending $161 per month on clothing and services is average for adults. Middle-aged adults spend about $50 more per month. They also typically make more money, so they have more to spend. They expand it by saying that women have an average of $1,000 to $2,500 of clothing in their wardrobe, with 9% of women owning more than $10,000 worth of clothing. Shoes were an added expense, with an average of $388 a year for a family's footwear. We repeat the honest words of Carrie Bradshaw: "I like my money where I can see it, hanging in my closet." Number 7. Sports and training gear. Varied. Being a professional athlete is a huge expense, and being a novice even more so. You know someone like that, we're sure. They get a taste of snowboarding and they go out and buy all the gear, only the best, and they do it for a few months and the desire wanes. Then it's scuba diving. They buy all the gear, get their license, go down once, and then it's on to the next sport. Number 8. Pets and pet insurance. Varied. According to the New York Times, more people than ever before are buying pet insurance. A decent coverage costs between $30 and $50 a month, and that's just for one pet. What about Charlie, Molly, and Cleo? As Anne Carnes wrote in the article, our pets are members of our family, feeding them gourmet food, paying for daycare, and throwing them birthday parties. And she's not wrong. I mean, we can all relate to, "No, I don't want to come to your dog's birthday party, freak. My cat's getting married that weekend." And then there's their monthly food expense, their $22,000 gold thread pet mattress that costs $3,000, and the Swarovski-studded cat flap at $1,644. Even CNBC.com confirms that your beloved pet is making you go broke. Illustrator Chara was quoted as saying, "There are recurring costs such as dog walking, $50 a week, pet insurance, $38 a month, and yearly checkups at $150 each. Then there are incidental costs. Every family trip is now $200 more expensive. Then at the park, the dog bites another dog or gets bitten or eats something rotten. The bill can be stroke-inducing." And Aluxers, if you thought pets were expensive, let's have a look at children. Number 9. Children, those costs are endless. From birth to the age of 18, it's estimated that one child could cost roughly $233,000, with higher income families shelling out in the region of $372,210. The U.S. Department of Agriculture breaks it down as follows: housing, 29%, food, 18%, childcare and education, 16%, transportation, 15%, healthcare, 9%, miscellaneous, 7%, clothing, 6%. Aluxers, don't let those figures scare you though. They're an estimate put forward, and regardless of your income or whether both parents are working or one is stay at home, it is possible to still provide your child with what they need. Number 10. Weddings. $5,000 to $105,000. We just recently highlighted why lavish weddings are a waste of money and where you can save plenty of money while still having the most beautiful special day. We mentioned that it's been proven the more money spent on a wedding, the shorter the marriage tends to last. Be sure to watch the full video here: 15 reasons a luxury wedding isn't worth the money. Number 11. Vacations. Fluctuates. So you've got the wedding done and dusted, and now it's time to have the honeymoon of your dreams. Where will you jet off to? Croatia? Mauritius? What about Zanzibar? And then you need a break, and another break, and a break from your break. If you're not careful, you'll find that your travel plans are a massive drain on your finances, and instead of Mai Tai sipping in the middle of the afternoon, you'll be filing for bankruptcy and longing for the days when you could at least dream about sipping those Mai Tais. Number 12. Divorces. $15,000. A study done by Bankrate estimated that the average divorce in the U.S. costs around $15,000 per person, and that's just the basics. If the divorce is a whole lot of he said, she said business and who gets sole custody of the dog, never mind the children kind of vibe, then you're going to be accumulating a lot more costs. Business Insider says the divorce rate is going down. Perhaps it's because of the high cost involved. They gave rough breakdowns of these costs. Filing for divorce, $300. Attorney fees, from $2,500 up to several thousand. Mediation, up to $200 an hour. Then it's refinancing a home, parenting workshops if there's dual custody of the dog, we mean kids, and other unexpected fees. But like Willie Nelson said, do you know why divorces are so expensive? Because they're worth it. Number 13. Maintenance, both car and house. Sadly, no one can predict what their house or car maintenance will be like in the long run. You don't know if you're going to attempt to hang a picture, hit it once with a hammer, and the next minute you've fallen through your floorboards into the basement. Home Advisor reported the average annual maintenance was $1,105, with 30% of that going into emergency repairs, like when you fall through those floorboards. The rule of thumb to follow is to save 1% of the value of your home. So if your home cost $300,000, each year you should save $3,000 in case of repairs. Balance.com believes that for maintenance and repairs, we should set aside $1,186 and always check out those little nagging problems before they become larger than life and drain your bank account. Number 14. Gym. $58 a month. In our video, The 15 Dumbest Purchases You Make in Your 20s, we mentioned that a Planet Money podcast had an interesting take on gyms. In their opinion, gyms need their members not to come. But they can't just lock the doors, they can't tell people not to show up. So they have to rely on consumer psychology to get you excited enough that you'll sign up for a gym membership, but not so excited you'll get up an hour early to do some crunches before work. Number 15. Retirement. $49,000 a year. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, on average it costs $49,000 a year to retire. If your retirement lasts 20 years, that's $980,000. Suffice it to say, money isn't going to just fall into your bank account and you need to save it, and that is one of the biggest expenses in life today, saving up until the day you die. So Aluxers, what is the biggest expense in your life at the moment? We'd love to hear from you in the comments. And of course, here's that bonus for sticking with us until the end. One of the costliest expenses in life are our mistakes. Often we have very little control over them, and we certainly don't do them with intent. Possibly you've chosen a less than ideal partner who took you for a complete ride. You signed up for a job that you had doubts about, but gave it a shot anyway, and now you're working overtime and having to cover the boss's illicit affair with his secretary. Our mistakes do cost us, not only financially, but also emotionally as well. But the beauty about this expense is that it's a learning curve, hopefully never to be repeated again. And with that, Aluxers, thank you for watching. We're so glad you did. Hit us with a thumbs up over here, and we appreciate you subscribing.